Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Michael, and we're going to be getting right back into some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's begin. This story was posted by a throwaway account in the relationship advice subreddit. The post is titled, "My husband attempted to manipulate me. I called his bluff. I am a 35-year-old woman and have been married to my 37-year-old husband for 5.5 years. We have an 18-month-old daughter. We have generally had a good marriage, but have repeatedly had the same two arguments for over 3 years. The first argument is that I work full-time, pay 85% of our bills, and do all of the cooking, cleaning, shopping, laundry, and running of the household. He also works full-time, but after work, he comes home and immediately takes his work clothes off, throws them on the couch in the living room, and goes into the family room to watch YouTube. I have repeatedly asked for help and get the runaround. The second issue is that he has a small pornography addiction and suffers from premature ejaculation. This is an issue in itself, but not our main problem currently. For the last week and a half or so, I have been running at 80 miles an hour, getting ready for the holiday this week. I was cleaning the house, washing the bedding in the guest room, cleaning the fridge, and doing all the bits and pieces needed to host family for Thanksgiving. I was also doing all of my daily tasks as well. For example, on a typical day, I wake up, make sure his, mine, and the baby's lunches are packed, she is dressed for daycare, my work bag is packed, and I drive to work. After work, I drive to daycare to pick up the baby girl, often taking meetings via phone on the commute. I do any errands that need to be done, such as grocery shopping, Costco, pharmacy, etc., come home, immediately breastfeed the baby, start dinner so we can eat once he is home, give the baby a bath, let her play while I clean off the table, do the dishes, clean the kitchen, tidy up, feed her again, get her to sleep, and then finally take a shower myself. These are basic daily tasks, but I do not stop until 9 or 10 at night. Last week I asked again for help, but was told that he needed a break because he is tired. I naturally told him that I never get a break, I am tired too and need help with the house. If he cannot contribute half financially, he can at least contribute half of the cleaning. He shut down and gave me the silent treatment for 2 days, then asked me if I wanted to go to his mother's house with him and the baby. I said only if he was not going to ignore me the whole time. That was the match that lit the fuse. He exploded. Evidently, I have done nothing but complain for the last 3 years. He hates cleaning and is not going to do it. If his contributing is such a big deal, then we should divorce. I asked him to explain what that looks like to him. He said, "I will get an apartment and sign the house over to you, refinance it in your name. We will split custody 50-50 and split her expenses 50-50 as well." He then stormed out of the house and went to his mother's until about 1 a.m. He again gave me the silent treatment for 2 days. The other day, I asked him how his apartment hunting was going and he said, "What?" I told him I thought he was right. I had been complaining about this for 3 years, I am miserable, and he is not helping make my life easier. I agreed divorce is the best option and that I would rather separate as friends and be good co-parents than grow to hate him and feel stuck in a toxic marriage. He then said, "I only said that to scare you into shutting up." Basically, he attempted to emotionally abuse and manipulate me to get his way. As someone who grew up in a toxic and abusive childhood, this immediately shut me down emotionally. When I look at him, I feel nothing. He is trying now to get back in my good graces, bringing flowers and chocolates, but all it does is make me angrier. I need advice. Is the fact that he tried to manipulate me and admitted it a valid reason for me to just want to shut this down? Because I have to be honest, I am tempted to ruin Thanksgiving. I do not know if I am just angry and reacting out of that or if I am truly at the end of my rope. Update. It has been a while since I posted, but I wanted to let things play out and give you a full update. Firstly, I want to say thank you to all of you who responded and gave encouragement. You helped more than you know. I did it. I filed for divorce and our divorce should be final by mid-June. He fought it for a few months, but finally seems to see that I cannot move on and I will not let him rug sweep it anymore. He is still talking about hoping for a future reconciliation, but I told him that honestly, without massive amounts of therapy for both of us, I do not see much hope there. Honestly, once he accepted that I was not giving in and that the divorce was real, he was very agreeable to discussing terms and working with me on custody arrangements, housing, and so on. That is not to say we did not have our drama. Lord knows we did. Fortunately, nothing too physical toward me. He grabbed me a few times, trying to force me to stay in a room to get yelled at, but I set him straight real quick there. His threats were mostly toward self-harm. The first time was back in February. He was still in denial that I had filed and was very angry about losing the best things in his life. He threatened to go downstairs and take his own life. Because I am stubborn as the day is long and do not have the sense God gave a goose, I followed him down there. I ended up wrestling his gun away and locking myself and the toddler in the bedroom. I should have called the police. I still do not know why I did not. Instead, I called his brother and told him to come get him. They did, and the next day I took the gun, which was unloaded and never had ammo because he was manipulating me again, to his parents and said if that gun made another appearance in my home or around my child, I would ensure he was never around her again. It has not been seen since. A few weeks later, on their birthday, toddler and soon-to-be ex-husband share a birthday. He jumped off my 2-story deck after my daughter's birthday party. I did not see it. I came down the hall and our 2-year-old said, "Mama, Daddy fall." I walked outside and he was kneeling by my lawnmower saying he was fixing it. Obviously, my 2-year-old has not learned to lie yet. I texted my friend and said, "I'm pretty sure he just jumped off the deck. He does not seem hurt, but I do not know what to do." As I hit send, I heard him on the deck talking to our kid. I looked out the door and he was leaning off the edge, obviously about to jump again. I lost it. It probably was not the appropriate thing to say, and I probably am a terrible person for saying it, but it worked and I do not regret it. I told him, "So help me God, if you jump off this deck and die, I will move and your family will likely only see her once a year. You jump off this deck and live, and I guarantee you will never see her unsupervised again. You step back over that railing and get both feet on this deck right now, or I swear to God, I will make sure of it." He stepped back on the deck pretty quickly. He, of course, wanted to then argue about how I am driving him to this, how he does not deserve to be left alone, how I am breaking his heart. I reminded him he spent the last almost 4 years now breaking my heart and spirit, and I was done having this conversation. As I turned to walk away, this man grabbed my wrist to force me to turn around. I already had my phone in my hand and I never called 911 so fast. The police showed up and took him to the hospital for a psychiatric evaluation. I was under the impression that a suicide attempt in this state required a 72-hour hold. They released him after 2 hours, suggesting he talk to a therapist. I did not want to involve the police. I tried to avoid it, but I kind of wish I had involved them earlier. He has been much more docile and accepting since. No more grabbing, no more threats. We still argue, but at least the worst part seems to have disappeared. It helps that even his parents are telling him, "She called the cops on you, she's crazy, let her go." I am fine with being labeled the crazy one. I have been called worse by better people. Banana Rapama said, "Why do insane deadbeats think they are something special?" To this, Sir R.A. Baboon said, "In instances like this, and apologies if I am rambly as I am very tired, they are emboldened by their victim putting up with the low-level mistreatment for years and years. This is why a certain type of man is upset and offended by more and more women refusing to tolerate this behavior. However, they are too delusional to realize that their victim has finally become inoculated against the nonsense. So ramping it up does not work. When it does not work, they become erratic and cannot fathom that they have lost control over someone they once saw as pathetic and less than. As it turns out, they are the pathetic person that another woman would not dare touch. Because what do they bring to the table other than potentially only a magical attribute that grants the opposite of wishes? They clamor to get back up on their old pedestal but refuse to compromise. Honestly, it is funny." Derfel Cattern said, "I do not feel good about this update. He has access to a gun and has threatened to use it. I think she needs to be on guard. He is a massive risk." Kindly Pizza said, "Things he has done so far: chocolates and flowers, threatening suicide in various ways, groveling, traumatizing his children. Things he has not done: actually clean his own home and care for his own children. It is amazing how far a person can go to avoid cleaning and taking care of their own kids." This next post was made in the advice subreddit by a user named Awkward Culture. The post is titled, "I'm 16 and pregnant. I need advice." I had sex with a friend on my birthday because I wanted to experience it. It was with a good friend of mine and I initiated it all. I'm not on birth control. I didn't think I'd get pregnant and he pulled out to finish, but I think he may have finished in me first. It doesn't matter because I'm pregnant. I am over 2 months late and took a test this morning and another after school. I don't know what to do. I can't tell my mom. I don't want to tell anyone. I have no one to go to. I can't get rid of it. I just don't think I can live with that. I might regret it forever. I don't know anything right now. My parents will be home in a few hours and I have no idea what I am going to say or do. I want to run away, but I can't. I wanted to call my friends, but they can't help me. I dialed a Planned Parenthood like 20 times, but never called. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I need to know who to call and what to say to my mom. I can't imagine that there is a baby growing inside me. I am not prepared for that. What the heck am I supposed to do? Please, someone give me advice on how to handle this and what I can tell my mom. I feel like I am going to burst into tears at any moment. I'm that close to the edge right now. I need help. Please, someone tell me what to say, who to call, and what to do. Update. I just reread what I wrote this afternoon and feel like so much has happened in a few hours. Thank you for all the great advice and comments. I am overwhelmed with the messages and support. Someone wanted to know what happened, so here it is. My dad came home and came to my room after talking to my mom for a few minutes. I was so scared. I have never seen my dad look that way, and I did not know what he was thinking or about to do. But he pulled my desk chair next to where I was sitting on my bed, looked me in the eye, and said, "I want to tell you one thing, princess. I love you no matter what you do, where you are, or what situation you are in. I am always here to take care of you and help you see it through." He then asked me, "Are you sure that you are pregnant?" And I said, "Yeah, pretty sure." He asked, "Are you okay?" And I saw him start to tear up. I have never seen my dad cry, and when I saw that, I just lost it and started bawling and told him everything that happened. He scooped me up off the bed and hugged me with my head on his shoulder. I just kept crying, telling him about what happened, how I had been worried for weeks and did not know what I should do, whether they would still love me or if I should just run away or do something worse. I told him I posted here for advice after my second test and that people were so nice and supportive, which changed everything. They told me to call my mom and she dropped everything to be here. I really did not know what to do. He just held me for what seemed like an hour until I was done crying. Then he set me down on my bed, took a tissue to wipe his face, and gave me the box to clean up mine. My mom scheduled an appointment with her gynecologist for tomorrow morning. They are going to run a full pregnancy test and do an ultrasound because girls my age may have a tubal pregnancy where the fetus is in the ovary, not the uterus or something like that. She told me a girl my age can have all sorts of serious complications, so getting to the doctor is the first priority. My dad has been friends with Mike's parents for more than 25 years, which I guess is why we grew up so close as friends. He is going to talk to Mike's dad tomorrow after we are sure of everything, and then we will sit down together to discuss what happens next. There will be no other discussions about this until after the doctor's appointment. I really appreciate the thoughtful and supportive advice from everyone. You truly saved my life this afternoon because it gave me something to focus on besides thinking the worst about everything. I really love and appreciate my parents. I cannot believe how cruel some people can be to their daughters. That is just awful. I also read up on Planned Parenthood and am ready to give a presentation on all their services thanks to the great information some of you provided. I'll give you an update tomorrow morning when I get back from the doctor. I am exhausted right now, mentally, emotionally, and physically drained of all energy. My mom wants me to sleep with her tonight just to be safe, so I think I'm going to put on my pajamas and say goodnight. Thanks again. I really owe you all so much, and that's a debt I do not know if I can ever repay. Update 2. I wanted to give everyone an update about this morning. So I am pregnant. It finally hit me what all of that meant, and I was happy, sad, confused, overwhelmed, and upset all at once. I went to see a gynecologist for the first time, and that was terrifying. She was so nice, but it hurt, and I felt so violated. My mom said, "You think that is bad? Just wait until there are 10 people working there while you are giving birth." That made me throw up. I threw up for 20 minutes. It hurt so much. So I am pregnant. There is a big problem with it that I don't fully understand. Everything has been a blur and I can't really grasp everything that everyone is saying. I have an ectopic pregnancy. They said the baby isn't where it is supposed to be, like in the uterus or in the fallopian tubes. The baby won't grow there and it will cause bleeding and a lot of medical issues, so I have to get an abortion. I don't have a choice because it might kill me or cause serious issues. I threw up when I heard this too. I've been throwing up all morning and feel so dizzy. My mom and dad met with my friend's dad last night when I was asleep. I thought we were going to do this tonight, but they thought it would be best. So Mike, my friend, was at my house at 7 o'clock this morning with my favorite donut and a cup of tea. He knows me. I cried as soon as I saw him and told him I was so sorry. He hugged me and said, "No, this was my fault. I should have insisted on the condom or told you no until we were more prepared." I said, "You didn't even want it." And he responded, "I wanted it more than anything, but I didn't want to let you down or do something wrong. You are so special to me." I honestly melted right there. I started crying around 7 and I haven't really stopped yet. It is probably the hormones, but the puking and crying haven't stopped since 7 and I feel great about what he said to me. Those are the most magical words I've ever heard. "You are so special to me." The way he said that, the feeling when he held me, oh my god, what is wrong with me? I am pregnant and my pregnancy will end around 2 o'clock today. I am at the surgical center waiting for my mom's gynecologist and another doctor to arrive. I feel so alone and so sick. I'm a mess. I'm thinking about Mike right now and wish things were different. I wish I'd met him before, the way I am thinking of him now. I hope this doesn't ruin our friendship. I hope this doesn't ruin me too. I feel somewhat relieved that the decision was made for me, like this wasn't meant to be. It was an accident that I caused. Oh god, I am so sick to my stomach and my body hurts. My heart hurts. My brain hurts. A doctor or nurse just came in to draw a line on my stomach and she touched my vagina to check for something and then left. I don't know what she was doing, but my mom had to go to the other side of the curtain for it. The nurse told her that I would be taken down the hall in a few minutes, so I need to wrap this up. I have never been so nervous or felt so small and helpless as I do right now. Everything is outside my control. I'm getting anesthesia in a few minutes, so I'll say goodbye and check back if I'm still alive after the procedure. Update 3. I made a post on Monday when I found out I was pregnant. I was totally freaking out and received some great advice that really saved me from doing something completely stupid. On Tuesday, I found out I had an ectopic pregnancy, something I had never heard of before, and needed to have a surgical abortion that afternoon. That went very well according to my mom's doctor, and I was able to go home after it was done. I'm not sore, but just achy, crampy, and bleeding a lot. This week is a blur. Right now, I am feeling so lonely, isolated, and afraid. I haven't been to school since Monday morning and need to go back tomorrow. Only a few people know I was pregnant and had the abortion. My parents, my friend's parents, my doctor, and his staff, and that's it. I haven't said anything to my friends, but they keep asking why I'm not in school, and I don't know what to tell them. I have to go back tomorrow, and I feel like I'm wearing a letter of shame because of what happened. I want everything to return to normal, but I know it can't. I'm going to need to figure out what to say to people and how to deal with things if someone finds out. I heard there may already be a rumor about me being in the hospital, and I don't know if someone heard something or saw me there or what it's all about. How do I deal with this shame? I feel like such a terrible person right now because of what I did. I practically begged my friend to have sex with me, and when he did, I got pregnant and had to tell him. He was all nice and supportive, but I haven't seen him since Wednesday morning when he stopped on his way to school to give me some flowers. I think he texted me yesterday, but I wasn't up to talking to anyone because I'm sick, crampy, and feeling disgusting. How can I go to school tomorrow? Should I text my friend back or wait for him to get back to me? What should I tell my friends and teachers? I think they will know what happened just by looking at me. I don't look the same. I don't feel the same. I don't think I am the same as I was. Far Watercrest said, "God, teenagers are so fucking stupid. Hope she's okay." To this, Sarah Danger said, "I literally said this out loud. Absolutely dumb as hell. Could not pay me to be one again." Then to this, Balthazar Rising said, "I do not even feel like it is something to condemn her for. Teenagers are so full of hormones and so ready to try everything that makes them feel like adults. I cannot think of a single person I have spoken to who does not have a 'damn I was stupid' story. I am just glad that her whole circle of important people stepped up and supported her without passing judgment. And the father of the child coming by with her favorite comfort foods. I am proud of that man. He did exactly the right thing. I hope they both manage to work things out and can try dating. They both deserve to be happy. Least Influence said, I am so glad her parents were supportive and that she is okay. I know this happened years ago, but if she is unsure what to tell her friends to explain why she wasn't in school, honestly, she could say her appendix burst, or she could say she had an ovarian cyst. My mom had to have an ovarian cyst removed years ago, so that is fairly plausible. No one is ever entitled to your medical history, especially in high school. Rumors can get wild. She could say she had endometriosis surgery, a gallstone, or a polyp. There are many other plausible reasons to be out of commission and to have surgery in that area. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video, and thank you also to partner of the channel, GamerSupps. Use code DLAM to support the channel and get 10% off of your purchase, link in the description. I'm sure many of you like me have a hankering for daily caffeine, so go check them out. Lately, I've been a big fan of Titty Milk and Acid Rain, but they've got dozens of other flavors for y'all to try out. Anyway, thanks again for reaching the end, and I hope you all have an amazing passage of the next 24 hours.